he looked at me, and I'm like, obviously in my houseway, and he's like, "Ooh, you're not what I expected."
Are you allergic to anything?
Alex, I'm allergic to bullshit, and I'm allergic to conservatives. There you go.
You know, right? There's only one other black Tottenham fan I know, and he's a Tory.
Oh, Alex.
And it's such a strange, like, he's got this dead space in his head because of him growing up. It was the end of the Labour era, so he's got this thing in his head of
the end of like Blair, the end of Blairism.
Gordon Brown.
Oh yeah, so when it was all going terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. It was just embarrassing and ugly
and dark.
You had those brothers fighting each other.
Yeah, the Miliband's.
That's it, the Miliband's.
Yeah, I hear that. It was not a great time to be. To be honest, it was like a party full of young Tory. You know, it lost its roots in working classism and trades.
The
during
concentric
Blair.
circle of the parties had started to eclipse each other.
Yeah.
And only like policy, not behaviour and personalities was in the way. Anyway, I'm going. I'm recording now.
Okay, so
I could do with a bit more on
bass.
So you're about to do Saturday Night, but like a remix.
Yeah, and I was expecting you to like come in with the beatboxing, but you've no, Alex, you failed.
Yeah, but when you went bass, and the beat had to go. You didn't set a good time. You should have bass.
Oh, was I too fast?
I would have, but you
said I say bass too many times?
Kevin, do you remember? Colours, red,
blue,
orange,
gold,
purple,
silver.
Oh,
yes!
Anyway, so that's what it felt like. I was getting a flashback there. That was what happening. I was in the middle of flashbacks.
You know, I feel like sometimes one can only say bass so many times, you know? You can't be like bass for a good 2 minutes, because I'm like, this is the worst song ever.
I'm not sure about, like...
Alex, I think it's got to the point in my life where I have to accept that if I want to go to a rave or something, it has to be house music. I have to... Because that's the only thing I feel like is open. Yeah, is open for, like, over 35-year-olds, you know? I don't get the current music, but, like, house, drum and bass, jungle, that feels like it's forever.
I was in my 30s when I went to my first rave.
There you go. There you go,
I was
Alex.
in my 30s, right? And it was a French house rave. Those guys have stamina. Cause it's
serious?
Like,
French house?
You know when a song builds up?
Yeah.
And it just goes back to the song. It doesn't get like... They don't have that Caribbean, like... Someone to drop a bar or something like that.
Or the DJs are like, see that big back girl at the corner, what you want?
Spice it up a bit. All they do is revert back to how the song started. It felt like it just They get build up. You get
what? That was a letdown.
And it felt like they're mixing the same
song.
French. It was a French crowd of people that I was friends with.
Because to be honest, I feel like the Germans have got it on lock when it comes to raves. Like the Germans,
Deep house is good.
Oh my god, deep house, death metal, whatever the Germans are pumping out over there, they just will rave it up in a warehouse in the middle of the Eastern Bloc. They're just like surrounded by grey concrete. They're just going for 5 days.
Yeah, no, East Germany. If it's metal, it's gonna be rusty. Firstly. It's going to be like made in 1945 or something.
Alex, I thought you were going to say it's going to be like a little bit radioactive.
No. They didn't have any nukes in East
Germany. Chernobyl. It was so close.
That's Ukraine.
Yeah, it's just round the corner.
No, it's 3 countries in between.
Alex, 3 countries.
Like 2.5 countries in between.
Alex, that's very close. You know what? Who's 2.5 countries in between us?
China.
Ireland.
China.
Iceland.
You get to China in 2 countries from here.
No. You can't, Alex.
Yeah?
Which ones?
Boat to Russia.
Nah, shut up. No. You're going to go through Scandinavian water space.
No, you don't.
Try
water
it,
space?
Don't even try it. Don't even try it, Alex.
You can go to Kaliningrad in the Baltic Sea, international waters.
Okay, so, all right, you're in Russia, and then what?
Just go to China.
Alex, and then you got Mongolia in between the two.
No, it's only 10% of the border.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's there, because they don't have to watch the whole border.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So they always are like sort of at peace because they have to watch each other.
So Russia wanted Poland originally to be a buffer between the West and the East. That's where the battleground for anything happening was going to be.
That's why Poland's so like protected.
Yeah, but Poland, they were like, but we live here though.
But we have money.
And we can build things really well.
We have our natural food.
Natural food.
Right?
Yo. Any drama in your life lately?
Oh my God, Alex, so much drama. So much drama. I am... I don't actually know which drama to start with.
The one that doesn't have so much controversy and may get us cancelled.
Oh, okay. So, drama-wise, I feel like I'm still trying to get over how shit my holiday was. I feel like my relationships with people has gone. So that's really the main thing, drama-wise. It's all personal stuff. But I do feel that I will never really like be into freaking going to swingers parties. So in my life, I'm thinking, you know, in the future, if I was to get married and stuff, I don't think I'll be comfortable with swinger parties. Like,
what, keys in the bowl swinger parties?
Yeah, because I feel like sexuality is way more open now that I shouldn't have to do that. I should be like, couple over there, I kind of like you guys. I think we should have a round together. You, me, your mate.
Yeah, open to discussion. But the problem is, you'd never know about different people's levels. That's why those groups are still good, because you know everyone in that circle is interested in the same thing. Whether they're feeling it now or later, but like, they're into that.
Like, we all like oranges here. Let's all have sex, you know?
I remember, just bear with me for a second. At university, it's nothing to do with sex. Well, we always play this game, I have never. And I have never masturbated. This girl said. No, someone said. And everyone drank, right? Let me tell you about this girl. She's from Wales, bubbly, right? But over-sexualized. Like, she was crying. Always have a drama with a boy or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And when she didn't drink and everyone else did, I said, what? Really? You've never masturbated? And she started crying.
Oh, yeah. Sexual trauma. Childhood sexual trauma.
But she is, my impression of her, we're 18, 19, remember? My impression of her is of someone that is sexually open and free. And something like that, even that comment wouldn't even glaze off a normal person that I would thought have had sexual experience. But I am ignorant to her experiences, and maybe she's... Anyway, so it got to that moment where someone hugged her and looked at me like,
you best.
I was like, what? You guys are... we're in a nightclub, Kathleen. This is after hours in a nightclub, vodka bar, like where we work. It's after the...
Can I just say something, Alex?
Yeah.
There is...
I apologise, though.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you're a gentleman. Of course you would apologise. I think there's something that needs to be said that a lot of people, and I'm going to say men, don't put two and two together.
No.
If a girl is hyperly sexualised at a young age, that means something happened to her when she was younger, you know, basically before. It could be anyway from like 0 to when you met her, that she experienced some form of assault, consistent assault usually, and that has led her to believe that, you know, this is a way in which she can control her body, and you know, so controlling her.
So what's the difference between someone that had sex at the same age or the same story 100 years ago compared to her? Is it the construct of society nowadays where we say, well, this is the line for sexuality, and if it happens to you, it's a bad thing? Like, have we constructed that?
To be honest, that's actually a great question. I personally think, and obviously I'm not a psychologist, but I personally think that the difference between 200 years ago and now is the fact that we now talk about it. Now you're not married at such a young age. Well, your life expectancy is longer.
I think we did talk about it though.
Yeah, and mental health and psychology is a known science now. It's not just witchcraft. So I think we can talk about it. You know, like Juliet, for instance, in Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. She was said to be between the age of 12 to 14?
Yeah, something like that,
yeah. That wouldn't happen now.
No, but it also probably would have happened like in the 1800s. That would have... Actually, no. I'd say turn of the century, people probably were looking at young age, about the same age. But, you know, some of the most famous marriages, there's been 20-year age difference. Yeah. You know, some of the most famous, most loving relationships, their age wasn't important.
Yeah, but
it's
also
about maturity and
it's not
what
just
they bring to the
maturity; it's
table.
about morals now. Morals have changed
What morals?
because we see a 14-year-old person as a child,
Yes.
whereas I'm gonna say 400 years ago they weren't seen as a child.
No, they weren't seen as human.
Alex, I don't know, but they weren't. They was in terms of age of a human being, of a woman, between child to woman, marriageable, able to have a family. Yeah. The age has moved up. It's no longer you've had your first period. Okay, time for you to get married. It's older. Women are in education now. We have the right to vote. We have all different types of civic rights. So
but let me interject.
Yeah.
With more agency,
yeah,
comes less rights or less morals. What's going on there then? Because we know that children didn't have any rights. They were forced labor up until the 1860s, I think, maybe 1870. So if you're talking about someone being sexualized, yes, if you're a rich person and you want to make a deal with a business partner, you do a wedding plan, or do you know what I mean? Or if you want to join families in ancient history, and you want to, I understand that, but a kid off the street probably was sexualized pretty early because of the way the world was at the time, and the agency they had was non-existent. So compared to today, either we're hearing about it more, in terms of essays, as they say, and other things. Or we're confronting us as human beings and what issues we have. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's both because we are hearing about it more. The internet has linked people who would have never met. Stories that would never been told.
Yeah, stories we never heard of.
Yeah, or if they were, they would have been through like 10 different people before they even got here. Yeah. Like the internet has allowed us to really get to the source of things, but also to see how things start earlier. Yeah. And I really do think that the way in which we think of children has adapted as well with the internet. A child in the 90s is different from a child now. Yeah. The child in the 90s still has, like, what you have that post-war, 70s, 60s, 70s, like...
innocence. Well, you had to let your kid off the leash to live because...
Dude, do you remember playing outside?
Yeah, but no one had a phone or a pager. Yeah. So I remember...
If I needed to get in contact with mum, it would be like...
Do you remember? Like, 10p? You used to hear our neighbour going, Johnny! TJ! And, like, it was like the local pager. Yo, it's your mum, bro. Your mum was calling from, like, 10 miles away.
Alex, I can honestly say, and this is really freaking cheesy, I remember thinking, oh, it's time to come in by looking at the sun. By looking at where is the sun? Okay, yeah.
Especially down the road. Like, don't have a mistake, you're like... It's going past. It's going through the columns. The columns
Alex,
are the shadows.
We're using a sundial practically. Let me just check the sundial watch. Right. Do you see the clouds coming in from the north? Oh shit! It's time to go for dinner.
Throw some grass up in the air, like. Time to go home, lad. Sorry. I win the game. Sorry, I had to go home.
Mate, there was I think you had a watch. A Casio? Did you have a Casio? Did you have a watch?
I've had several watches, man.
I'll
tell you a story about I got in trouble with mum and dad once in this very house.
Oh, right? No.
I got a Mickey Mouse watch.
Oh, that's so cute.
Where it's doing... I think it's one leg doing it as well, so it's like... And because I was never up late, so he's never doing can-can shit. Yeah. No, I think it was arms. Mickey Mouse arms. And I think something happened. I fell over. I'm a kid with cerebral palsy. I'm going to fall over. But I got like
did you crack it?
A 4-hour lecture about like looking after things. Like, I'm a child.
Alex, let's be honest. Okay, you're not that far from me. How many times you fallen over and broken shit?
Do you remember? Yeah, some of the greatest things I've owned was like splat. I was like, oh.
But you know what, Alex? The thing is, you've got up. You realised that, oh shit, you've got up and you tried to make it better. Many people, it's good to know this.
Take a deep breath and like,
they don't get up.
Let's leave it there.
They just leave it there. Yeah. And they don't get up. So I think you should commend yourself.
No, I'm defeating my arch enemy, which is me.
I was just going to say gravity.
Gravity.
My, damn you.
Kathleen.
Yes, Alex.
Let's talk about what you watched lately.
Oh my God. Can I go first?
Yeah, that's what I asked you.
I'm going to change the game. Changing the game. Basically, you ready? Last night.
I'm ready, baby. Go on.
Last night I went to the Holloway Lux, Odeon Lux. Okay, and I watched a movie called Speak No Evil, and it's got James McAvoy in it. Really good cast, and essentially it's a remake of a Danish film that came out 2 years ago. Usually remakes, I feel they have a bit of more of a gap.
No, I've been from like Holland. You remember like Girl with a Dragon Tattoo?
Yeah.
I think they had some of the same cast from them.
Yeah, I feel like the Swedish one came out in June, and then the American one came out in December. It was way too close.
Do you remember
but anyway,
Go on.
Speaking of evil, I realised after doing some research last night, the Danish version went on the indie movie festival route,
Circuit, yeah.
and that's where it got its popularity and won a few awards. And then it got the rights were bought by Blumhouse to redo it with James McAvoy and an English cast. Essentially, not to spoil it, the synopsis is a family go on an Italian holiday and they meet another family and they really like vibe, you know? The main family, say family A, they've got their problems, you know, there's a little bit of the mum and dad aren't really clicking, and daughter's got like high anxiety and maybe autism, and it's very similar to their family B's kid, you know. Okay. So they kind of link via their children, and family B are much more exuberant and lively, and that's inspiring to family A. And once they both come back to England, family B live in Devon, family A live in London, and family B like contact family A like, you know what, we had a great holiday together. If you guys ever want, like, you know, a long weekend in the countryside, away from London and whatnot, you're always welcome to come, you know? Quite nice. And then the story starts from there.
Okay.
I found, as a film, it had me laughing, it had me crying, well, not crying, but it had me, like, you know.
Jump scares.
Yeah, well, not very jump scares, but more like, it was a thriller. It was very much a thriller. And I realised I'm not the biggest fan of thrillers, because I'm a bit of a scaredy cat in the cinema when it's dark.
You love horror movies?
I love horror movies. It's different.
Thrillers where there could be danger around any corner.
Yeah, you know, and I'm like in the dark, just like, This film, oh my God, you got the weirdest chip. This film was really, really good. Yeah. James McAvoy, stunning performance. This guy, why has he not got like an Academy Award?
He did Wanted, that's why.
Oh, he's wanted by the police.
I think he has got an Academy Award though.
No, I don't think he has, man.
Yeah, no.
In what?
Last King of Scotland.
I thought it was Forrest Whitaker who got the Academy Award. He's the one who got it. James McAvoy.
Wait, is he the leading actor in that? Because it is about the white guy.
But it is essentially James McAvoy who, Forrest Whitaker who got the Academy Award. I know, like, James McAvoy's had BAFTAs, Golden Globes, all that, but I feel like I'm not trying to put the Academy Awards at peak, but I would like to see, like...
Quick side note, would he be an acceptable future Xavier if they kept on with X-Men in real life thing? Do you reckon he could be keep the Xavier role? Or
well, technically, they did have him bald in a wheelchair at the end of one of them, so he already is.
This is always my future.
This is it. Okay, so it doesn't look like he has an Academy Award, Alex.
Oh, he has no awards?
No, he has loads of awards, but he doesn't have an Academy Award.
So, but wait, when you're in a film that has an Oscar, do you not get the Oscar for it? You just been part of the team or no?
It's more like so Best Picture, you mean?
Yeah.
Best Picture is the studio who wins it, essentially. Like, everyone under it did great, but it's the studio who wins it. Best Director is the director who wins it. Best Actor is the actor who wins it. Best Production is production. So...
Another side thing, Kathleen. I'm going to start a horror thing called Pink House Films.
That sounds so gay. I love it.
Yeah, but it's going to be so scary. The first film is going to be... I know. But the first one is going to be about a pink house. It's like this really fruity slave owner in the South. The big pink house.
Firstly, you need to change your vernacular. You can't say a really fruity person.
As in the colour of the house is fruity.
Alex, no. I said it's a gay... It sounds like a gay film.
All right, sorry.
And then you're like a big fruit. I'm like, Alex, come on.
Mincing fruit.
This is not... mincing fruit. I did the hands. Alex, this is not 95.
I have a blender, man. Mincing fruit. No, it's mincing fruit. No, I have a blender.
We are from a multi... sexuality.
Why are you
family.
caveat?
I'm doing it because I'm nervous.
Mama's a lesbian, okay?
Yeah. So Alex says scope. Can I finish my review?
Okay, go.
Before you get into your pink house, like.
Yeah, I had this horror film
sale.
right, just ready to go.
So essentially, it's a really good film. I highly recommend it. The acting was amazing. Afterwards, when we walked away, my mate and I ended up going to like McDonald's at midnight or something just to talk about it.
Highbury Islington one.
No, the one off Holloway, so like Seven Sisters Road.
Yeah, it's the Highbury Islington.
Is it the Highbury? Yeah. It's not close enough to Highbury Islington to be the Highbury Islington and Macadee. There's one further.
No, it's the Holloway Road one. Holloway Road,
yeah.
the 24-hour one.
Yeah.
On Seven Sisters Road, yeah.
Yeah.
One.
So
I guess action.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah.
Hopefully not. We were just like talking about it, our theories, what we saw, you know, and how they got away with it, or did they get away with it? All sorts of. And then I unfortunately went like on Wikipedia once I got home and had to look at the ending for the Danish one to see if they did different. Yeah. Oh my god, the Danish one's hard. Like the Danish one is hard. Oh, mate, I wouldn't want to watch that.
Kathleen, how do you feel about horror films with kids in it though?
It's hard, Alex.
Because especially when a kid is the evil thing in there, or you have to protect the kid, so like you're there.
Yeah,
like,
but what if you can't protect the kids? That's
that adds to it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Have you ever seen In Bruges?
Yeah, of course. I watched it with you.
No, you didn't.
Literally, Alex, I watched it with you because you watched it and you told me about it, and we were like, "You have to watch it." I was like, so we watched it together. Alex,
I found it on my old like cloud, iCloud, like.
I can't believe you just asked me if I watched In Bruges. There. I've literally done quotes with you.
No. I was sharing it with somebody a few days ago. They'd never seen it, and I was showing them clips, and that film made me sad because at the beginning the kid dies. So I was like, "This is a dark comedy. It's not a thriller. It's a dark comedy about assassins, and a kid dies in it." I'm like, "Oh man, kids die in films. Really hard. I can understand why people are sensitive about children. Just because
yeah." That's why I think it's the thing. You can never show the death of the child on film. You can't show them dying. You can show them dead, but you can't show them dying. I feel like that's a thing on film.
It's happened a few times.
Like you can't show a kid
In Bruges,
dying.
it happens. The kid is still standing up with a bullet in his head and falls over. Like
I swear it's not even the kid. I swear it's the.
It shoots through the priest, and then the priest falls, and there's a kid behind him with a note saying, "I'll be a good boy," sort of thing.
Yeah.
To a priest, and like it might not have been a real kid. You know what I mean? It just, oh man, that's deep, man.
I think it's a really good film. I really do love In Bruges.
But the only
it's
reason
so undercover, isn't it?
Yeah, but the only reason I thought of it was because of that European dark sort of sense. I don't think it's. There's a few shots of daylight, but it's mostly at night. And I'm trying to think
It's very seedy, isn't it?
Yes, and it's about how seedy the world is, and like, yes, I did something wrong, but I'm a good person, or no, I did something wrong, I'm a bad person, but I promise to be good. Redemption. How much can you could save the whole world, but because you did one thing, you're evil for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
There's so many different questions to come from it. Kathleen, out of 10, I'm going to ask you music-wise.
Music-wise?
The film we were just describing. There's a music. Was it part of the? Or did you notice?
Yeah, actually, I don't.
Was it intense?
Well, the thing is, I don't want to give it away. You know, because it's just fresh. Okay. So there are parts where music is so important because it's a certain song is so important because it kind of
memories and moments.
Yeah, and it replays a very pivotal emotional experience.
Recall.
The dad from Family A is really like in his feelings, and he really did benefit from his friendship with the dad from Family B. And then for everything to happen, you can see like how vulnerable Family A dad is. And yeah, there's very pivotal moment where a song is quite important, but it's the lack of sound. It's the lack of sound that I found like really powerful when it just starts to come in at certain moments. That you're listening out for every step.
That's what I like about a lot of European films. Sometimes it will, you know, like when you're swimming and you sort of feel desensitized because you can't hear anything, or you can hear the waves, and you get that relief of I'm back in the air. With the air, you get the sound as well, and it's like, well, I felt like I was in a totally different world there. Like it takes a second if you don't swim much to like. And have that sensory back, and so when you're deprived of it in the cinema, that's why cinemas are dark. They're trying to deprive you. They're trying to control your senses,
so that you're fully engaged in the film and you're just like absorbed. Yeah, I highly recommend watching this film. I think Alex, I think you would like it actually.
Give me the whole title again. Those who die at night.
No, you bastard. Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil. And I swear that has been a name for a horror movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Like several times.
Like it has.
What is See No Evil, maybe?
No, probably see. Oh my God.
Say no. So I think I've tuned into.
Yeah.
So Scott McNairy was the dad to B, I suppose.
No, James McAvoy is the father of Family B.
And so who's the family? The Scoot McNairy's. Ben Dalton.
I possibly.
Paddy.
Haven't
Agnes
looked
Dalton.
at the cast.
Louise Dalton. So one family you don't know the surname, and the other family you do know the surname. That's quite interesting. It's like
yeah. So Scott McNairy is Family A dad.
Yeah.
Acting was brilliant. It was really good, really good. And the kids. Okay, so I'm about to say something that's controversial, right? I need to say this. I need to say this on camera, and I'm not a racist person.
Okay.
However, I do know, not however, what am I talking about? I do know there's difference in child rearing in different ethnicities.
Cultures.
Yeah. I would say, Alex, we've got British culture, right? Yeah. However, we've got Jamaican.
Caveated.
Yeah.
Like sprinkled, seasoned.
So I know that, like, with my white friends, this sort of thing could happen, you know? But I know with me being black and black people in general, we would never, ever do half these movements.
Really?
Know? Yeah, so there were parts of this film I was like, this is, oh my God, I got so stressed.
Don't you all have baths with your children all the time, every day?
No, it's just, Alex, it's like, there were moments where I was like, yo, my mum would send my face across the room. Like, no way would I get away with this.
Way. I need to ask you now.
Yeah.
At a White House, what's the whitest thing you've ever seen, like, as a child? Because I tell you, it's gonna be the boy chatting back to their mum, like
100%,
and using their first name, and not helping them in the kitchen, or at least or offering them a glass of water, or anything like that. Yeah, no. I think I've had the glass of water. Everything has just been like, if the parents are cool, the kids aren't actually that rude. It's when the parents are strict, but don't go past any further than just telling them, I swear,
Alex,
I didn't want any kids to come around to our house because I know they get slapped.
100%. Why do you think my best friends, they would pop in and say hello and that's it? This film, I hate to say this, is some white people shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I swear down, if I was the wife, if I was the mum in Family B, as soon as I saw something, I'm like, yo, we're out. No, you don't want to come? All right, bye. I'm taking the child. Child, you saying something? Tush, come, we're going. You know, I would not even entertain half of this. So, Alex, I was gripping the chair just like... I was so stressed.
I think I can't get to that point of frustration. I'll be like, look, just change channel, please. You remember times I've changed the channel? I'm like, look, I can't watch this no more because it's just... if I don't shout, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just watching a film of stupid people going into a stupid cavern and splitting up.
100%.
How many times do I have to watch this now?
Yeah, there were moments where I'm like, is this even... Who would even do this?
Yeah. No, there's some holes. I watched that film with our friend. It was The Baby. There was a TV show, The Baby.
The Baby.
Bonnie's sister.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The one that was on...
Deswate.
Yeah.
Is it Deswate? Deswate? She's a great actress, great comedian. I've heard her on all sorts of adverts now.
She's all over BBC. I love it.
I know. But this show was ITV Sky, I think, or maybe Sky. And the baby falls down the lap, and she's not maternal woman. She's got to survive with the baby. But there are times in this where they just let some of the biggest things go, like how everyone's accepting she's got a baby, and. It's not been 9 months pregnancy. She's just got a white baby. And it's white. And so everyone's like, oh, you have a baby. Oh, you should look after this baby. Why don't you... Everyone's like, oh, that's nice to know. Why didn't you tell me you had a baby? I thought you was friends with yours. And I'm like, wait a sec.
Where's social services?
Social services, the pregnancy term, the fella, all the above, right? But everyone accepts and forces her to keep this baby. It's got a curse on it. It's like a
So it feels
baby.
very much like 3 Men and a Baby. You know, They didn't want the baby.
Cursed baby though.
Oh, his baby's cursed.
The baby's like 200 years old, maybe 100, and like one of the previous nannies of it, like or watched. Basically, it goes from woman to woman just surviving, and they.
That's scary.
So the way the woman jumped off a cliff at the beginning because she was tired of carrying this baby. It was like I can't sleep, I can't do anything, and it just wants attention all the time, and she jumps off a cliff.
Yeah.
And. Or she tries to, or she drops the baby or something like that, and the baby goes off the cliff and lands on our characters, in our character's hands.
Oh, that is so scary.
Well, I forgot baby. Where's it come from?
Dude, it's a cursed baby.
It's a cursed baby film. TV show, yeah. The Baby, I think it's called.
The baby never grows.
No.
No, that actually sounds really scary. I may watch that. Is it on BBC iPlayer?
Now TV, I think it's on.
The Baby. Alex, what have you watched?
Michelle Deswate. She's from The Duchess. What have I watched? Kathleen.
Mm-hmm.
I have watched yesterday Bad Boys for Life? Or Ride or Die? Which one is it?
It's number 3 or 4. Which
Bad
one?
Boys 4.
Yeah, Ride or Die. You
Ride
actually
or Die.
watched it?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Alex, shake my hand.
No.
Shake my hand. Very well done. I'm proud of you.
Shake your hand.
You know how many times I asked you to watch stuff and it takes you a solid year? I'm so
Kathleen,
glad you did.
You asked me to watch stuff that's not online.
Alex.
You want me to break the law. That's what you asked me to do.
No, I'm not. Alex, how do you say Caribbean?
Caribbean.
There you go. Thank you. So
Not Caribbean.
Thank you so
Or
much.
Caribbean.
Cribbin.
No, what
So
Caribbean
Bad
is.
Boys for Life. Tell me. No, Ride or Die. Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Yeah. So I started off watching Bad Boys for Life, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the wrong Bad Boys movie for at least 10 minutes.
Have you seen Bad Boys 3?
Yeah, I've seen Bad Boys 3.
It's like, I've seen this already, sort of thing.
No, I've seen it, and it was when they'd taken this police body out of a washing machine. I was like, yeah, I've seen this. It was a great thing for. It was those Spanish brothers that made it, the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
And what they've done is like, was it Spanish or was it like Lebanese or something like that? But what they've done is they destroyed the franchise in the last film, and this film, so like they're trying to make it up again. They recast a few characters. They gave Reggie some screen time.
Dude.
After what he got in it,
Dude.
after his first thing was a meme. Yes, man. Yes, sir.
The way he's like, no chin, just like.
Are you 12 or you look about 35? That second film was a banger.
100%.
But they went a different way from the
Yeah.
first film. Except for some of the Jerry Bruckheimer shots of like slow getting out of cars and stuff.
Yeah.
They did that with every film, man. Because in the first 10
And
minutes.
the circle camera. Where
Yeah, the panning around circle. Designer sweat.
Yeah.
Like
It's like,
bronzing sweat. Like.
We ain't got time. It's always when they're getting out of a car or something.
Yeah, no, it's always getting out of a car or a low car as well.
Low.
Like.
Why is the car so low? It is Miami though.
Yeah.
So okay. Do you want to spoil it or do you just want to? Because we can then discuss it because I've seen it.
No, because it's not out on any streaming things
So let's
yet.
spoil it. If you have, okay.
No, I've seen. I won't spoil it because it's not out yet properly. If it was out fully, I would have said. But it's
Alex,
not
it came out in
fully.
the summer. They spin months. We have a thing. If it's been out for more than 2 months, we could spoil it.
Is that the rules now?
Yes.
But what if unless we put a pin in it because we haven't watched it yet, of course.
Huh?
Because like there's shows that have been out for 2.5 months.
Okay, yeah, good point. Shows, it has to be out for a year before we can spoil it.
Shows, no. not like fucking.
Well, Alex, I want to discuss certain key moments.
All right.
But
So
you know
have
what,
you
if
watched
don't-
Rings of Power yet?
I've got 2 episodes left.
All right, we can discuss it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I know what happens because I know what happens.
Mm,
Yeah, Alex, I know what happens.
You know what happens, but how it goes down.
Yeah, how it goes down, different ball game because I think they may have, sprinkled a bit of creative license in it.
A lot of creative licenses because
Yeah.
it's not a full book
Yeah.
and it's according to legend, it's spread over 1,000 years.
Yeah. It's like a whole age, It's not
Yeah.
just like, oh, this 5 minutes. Oh, sail here. We get here in 2 seconds.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
Bad Boys 4.
Bad Boys 4, great entertainment when it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Didn't lull on the points too much. Maybe could have slowed down in places. I don't think he needed to get married at the beginning of the film. I don't think the character was big enough. But his speech, Mark Lawrence's speech, and this is the beginning of the film, Mark Lawrence's speech where he brings up, remember the prostitute? Tay Leone. He says, another one, and my sister. Why did you tell me my sister?
Linked it all up, doesn't he?
I was like, oh my God. That's why I liked Deadpool, because they went back to other things.
Yeah. When he went back to like Green Lantern and like fixed it, yeah.
Yeah. And I liked it. It was like, yeah. But they recast the wife, and she's not as good as the original wife.
Oh shit! Yeah, they did.
What's her name? Did she die?
Oh, I don't know. I know. Oh, I didn't even clock that.
Wife from she done 3 films.
Oh, why did they recast
Teresa
her?
Randall.
Why did they recast that?
She was an icon in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember.
And they recast her to this other woman who, I tell you what, they should have got Aunt Viv in there. That should have been quality. Like original Aunt Viv.
I think she's a bit too old though, Aunt Viv. Oh, Tasha Smith they picked instead.
Wait, how old is Teresa Randall? She was born in. Because I want to settle this now. I want to hope she's like.
Scratch my nose.
Born in. No, her first film was in 1983.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't have a date of birth. You know, a black woman had a date of birth.
That means that she is immortal. She is immortal. What's her name? What is her name? Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Explain that. Oh yeah, Teresa Randall.
I used to want her to be my mum.
You know what? I actually wanted Whitney Houston to be my mum.
Why?
Only because like of Cinderella, Brandy's Cinderella, and her being like the fairy godmother.
You already had a mum like 15 years at this point.
Wait, how old am I?
That film, the Black Cinderella film, came out. You was a teenager.
No, Alex, I was a young girl.
The way you paused.
Yeah, because I had to think about it.
I was a young girl.
I was a young'un.
Yeah, but the way you paused on the girl.
Alex, I was a young'un when that came out, and
1997. So you was a whole 10 years old.
Alex, why are you giving people my age? Like, stop it.
You said it before.
Alex, we're gonna cut this out.
Okay.
So.
You want Whitney Houston to be your Marjorie?
I'm talking like fairy godmother Whitney Houston. Are you listening?
Yeah, no, that was a good time for her.
Yes.
No, you're right. But Marisha, what happened to her? What's she doing?
Wow, you're really jumping.
Brandy.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Talk to me about Bad Boys. Because you're going down a hole.
No, because it used nostalgia. And the problem was it changed too many things in order to be nostalgic. They retconned characters. They gave the captain a daughter and a granddaughter. And she's of Better Call Saul. She's like the love interest of Better Call Saul. There is... But like, yeah, it was... I think because it would have been better if it was a TV show sort of thing.
Yeah, it did feel like that though.
It felt like it had the pacing of a pilot that needed to branch off. They gave the son more agency. Will Smith's son more agency. I was thinking, why haven't they got Reggie as part of the crew after this scene? Why haven't they... Anyway, I reckon a lot of the things they were doing, just like the previous films, were like trying to get a spin-off or a franchise thing.
So do you think... I personally felt,
yeah,
like you're saying, Bad Boys 3, there was this kind of, oh, you're cultivating a younger generation. You know how they had like their crew, the tech guy and extra guns and stuff?
Yeah.
It felt like they were creating like Bad Boys Juniors, you know, like S Club Juniors sort of thing. Yeah. And that I thought the son, Will Smith's son, was going to join that as like, you know, a bit of a rogue. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Rogue but when that didn't happen, I was like, oh. But then when they brought him back for Bad Boys 4. Yeah. And
there's a chance that could happen again.
Yeah.
The better boys.
And the fact that he's, you know, so not to spoil it. So it could happen. But I get what you mean. It felt so rushed. It felt so rushed.
But then again, it was 2 hours still. Like, and Martin Lawrence was great in it.
They put too much in it. Martin Lawrence was brilliant.
I thought because all the production and stuff afterwards, he looked like he was tired. Like, he looked like he was fat and tired. And this film...
Swollen.
Yeah, post that film, and I understand. But this film, in the film, they could have done some CGI or whatever. He was bubbly. He wasn't red-eyed. He was focused and, you know, great.
Full of energy.
Back and forth. They got two good comedic timing. I think Will Smith, was this after the...
yeah, this is.
It's after Slapgate.
Yeah, it is.
So, like, I think
I think number 3 was after Slapgate. Yeah. Yeah.
It can't be, man.
When did it happen? Because
Slapgate is 2 years ago now, isn't it?
yeah, it was 2 Academy Awards ago.
Chris Rock slap. When does that
It
happen?
still shocks me. 2022. So that was 2 years ago.
There was Will Smith, Chris Rock slapping incident.
Let's see. When does Bad Boys 3? When did that come
Bad
out?
Boys 3 is
That was 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. So Bad Boys 4 is the post-slap.
post-Slapgate, yeah.
I think there are people who've been added to Bad Boys that I have no investment in, but they seem to have a lot of lines. Like the new
Rita
captain who
Rita.
took over.
Yeah.
Like his girlfriend / wife, who I didn't even know he was that deep with.
Yeah, no, they
to get
did.
married to her. I'm like, Mike Larry. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Like the underlings, like they've got a whole like, you know,
police force.
Yeah,
But, like,
the daughter of the captain. I'm like, sorry, where were you?
Wait, they killed off the two Spanish guys.
Yeah. They killed off the only other 2 detectives who were at the same level as.
I just love their beef, where it's a
brilliant.
black guys versus Spanish guys.
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So they're gone, and also their granddaughter, who
retcons.
I'm like,
Firstly, why would you go to the wedding of the guy whose son killed your father? Like, why are you there? Like, and I noticed she was there. She's like, who never said that? And I just thought she was just being like a stick up her an ass. But she actually has a problem.
and U.S. Marshals, you know, I'm
Miss Marshall,
like,
don't speak to me again unless we're. I'm like, yo, why are you such a what? If I see him on the street, man's in prison. If I see him on the street, I shoot him. Like,
and you know, the bit that I thought should have been better or elongated was the whole like, there's a bounty out on their head. I thought, oh, that's really cool. But then only one group really gets them, and I'm like, wait, it should be several groups. It should be the Mexicans. It should be the Haitians. It should be like the local
Haitians
blacks.
would come out again for revenge from
the dreaded Haitians. I thought the Mexicans, the Cubans, everyone would have got in on this. Like it would have been a real like going through the sewers and
The marketing for it was they're on the run, like fugitive bad boys on the run, but they're not on the run for more than half an hour of that film. They should have been on the run from like the start and been framed. Yeah. And like when they were trying to frame the captain, framed them as well. But like it seemed like the last resort for the bad guys to sort of set them up. Yeah.
And also, I feel like, I don't know if this happens all the time, but that bad guy, people need to stop using him as a bad guy. You know?
I've never seen him in anything before.
Oh, I've seen him in so many things where he's like, oh, I'm this like all ops, you know, black ops guy who can do X, Y, and Z, and I'm so bad. I've seen him in so many things, and I say like 5 words, you know, and I've got history in the army. That's it. Eric Dane. I swear I've seen him as a bad guy in so many things.
I've never heard of him before.
He's like this. Alex, do you remember? Do you remember that actor from Star Trek First Contact who is a navigator at the front? Very like strong
First
face.
Contact.
Remember strong face, and then he gets turned into a Borg.
Yeah, no, that's he's in Minority Report as one of the lieutenants.
Yes. This actor, Eric Dane, has the same sort of like rigid military face. And I feel like okay, so I've seen Last Ship.
He's meant to be 51 years old.
What, this guy?
Eric Dane.
Yeah, he looks it.
That's 11 years old. Catherine, he doesn't look 51. He looks 61. My guy looks like...
He looks old. What? Yeah. Sorry, we're not saying the same thing?
No. 51 is not old. Yeah, 61 is...
51 so old.
No, not compared to us, Kathleen.
Okay, yeah. Black people, we... so 51 would be looking the same. But still, I hear you.
But look at him at 41. This guy changed. He's gone from heartthrob to dad throb. Wow.
That sounds like porn.
I know.
Heartthrob to dadthrob. Okay, sorry, we've gone completely off.
No, we're talking about bad boys.
I've seen Eric Dane in a few things, and he's always a bad guy. Like in Burlesque with Cher and Christina Aguilera, he's a bad guy. In X-Men: The Last Stand, I don't know, I can't remember him in that.
He's in Grey's Anatomy.
I haven't watched that yet. Have you watched Grey's Anatomy? He's in Charmed. This guy's a bad guy. Anyway, I wish that
he played like them demons. Of the week. That he should get set on fire. No.
Pause. So, Alex, what did you think about... All right, so we've done character development.
I wanted to...
Did you like the... Oh, go for it.
I wanted to talk about we were talking about pacing and how the pacing was a bit off.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, yes, it was a bit off, but I think if it was serialized and some of the casting choices were a bit more. Like, I felt like we didn't get to no development of anyone outside of the two main guys.
Yeah.
Things were happening, but there's no development. And yeah, no, I've got to say, it just felt like I found that a bit like hard to get through. Yeah, no, go on. What are you saying now? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna that's a good point. I was gonna say, what do you think of Michael Bay's like cameo?
I didn't even notice him. Man.
He's like a guy in a car. I think they jack his car, and he's like, "Oh," and that was kind of.
Wow, I didn't know. Oh.
But yeah, I think because I watched it on a plane, and there wasn't much like that was as exciting. I had a really good impression of it. I wish that it didn't end so simply. It was like, believe me, I'll protect your daughter, and then the granddaughter of the chief being like, "Mom, no, he's a good guy. He saved my life." And then like her whole vendetta is gone.
No, it's not gone.
She's like, go before I shoot you in the arse.
She is confronted with how she's been as a character the whole film, which is just a hard up person, and having a daughter who she's genuinely worried about, and the reason she's still alive now is because of this man who is the reason why her dad's not alive. So it is a paradigm of confusion. And so she lets him go before I change my mind. It's that scene where he gets off. Oh, we're spoiling the movie.
Let's no longer spoil it. Alex, what would you give this out of 10?
I would give this a good 5.
Whoa, that's low.
It's not low, it's half. It's
Alex,
average.
no. We know that our medium, a good film is 7.
6
is a good film, but it needs a little bit of tweaking. 5 is meh.
5 for me is average.
Oh, Alex. What else is a 5? Tell me what your 5s are. What was the last film that you saw was a 5 outside of this?
Let me look at films that come out in the last 10 years.
Alex. Films.
Like, I don't know. Like, wait. Top films the last 10 years. Top films. Last 10 years.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a shit list. I haven't seen half of them.
Yeah, Alex.
High Life.
All right, okay.
Poison, Anon. Have you seen any of these?
What the fuck are you looking at?
Top picks.
Okay, Alex. Joker.
Joker, I would give 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
Or maybe less because it felt like a composite of loads of different films.
That's interesting because someone said as a review, you've heard the reviews about Joker 2, right?
Yeah, I've heard about the reviews, but I haven't heard the reviews.
Oh, I've heard about and I've watched and etc.
Yeah.
Either way, like someone commented that when you no longer have, when you're no longer referencing those of other films, it shows really what your film's about. And I was like, oh shit! You just chucked some shit.
No, this is like when George R. R. Martin ran out of books to write, and you're like, well, let me just try something. That's what I'm saying, Kevin. The last 2 years have been shit in terms of films because the writers haven't been there to create a structure. They care about this structure.
Yeah.
When you're making
AI
a film,
can't do it, man.
AI studio execs can't do it.
They can't do it.
People that was like, well, I did a writing course in the summer. Let me sort of.
I did it.
Do you know what I mean?
My dad's a writer. I should have it.
It's a light off on that.
So all right. I'm just gonna spit a few films at you, and I want to hear what your number 5s are. Okay.
Yeah.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's less than a 5.
Less than a 5.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. You still haven't seen.
I haven't seen it. No.
Okay. The Gentleman.
Wait, what's that one? I know that one. The Gentleman.
Yeah.
I think that was a good film.
Yeah. I'm trying to find what your 5 is.
No, Alex, I haven't seen that.
What about The Batman?
The Batman, that is a 7.
Okay, cool. I think 7 is actually like a decent film.
7 is a good film, but it's missing something like great acting or great soundtrack or something like that. 7 is something I'd watch again.
Yeah, 7 is 5. You won't watch again. That's what I'm saying. 5 is not actually a good film.
5 is I won't watch again, but I won't hate on it. I like Bad Boys had funny bits where I was laughing out loud. Mm-hmm. Like the Skittles scene and the comedy was great in this film, and the levels of like keeping this, like it wasn't like they restarted every joke either. They kept jokes going. Oh, you was a donkey in your former life. Do you know what I mean? Like they kept it going.
Yeah, I think to be honest, Martin Lawrence held this film for me, and also like that whole scene with Reggie, that was brilliant. That was so good. And it was just like
I'd watch that scene again.
100%. And you know, it's just like you have to say that, and he's just like, I was like, yes,
I was like,
Reggie.
don't kill Reggie.
Yes, Reggie.
He's sitting there playing video games.
Yeah.
Like, yo, there's people, get the family safer. And he's like, yeah, boom.
The thing is, he doesn't ask why, what. He just knew what to do.
And they didn't
I was
argue.
like, yes.
The women didn't argue. They're like, where are we going?
Just
Just
like,
no.
shh, just
No,
get in there.
blah, 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 blah.
Done. He was so on it. That was like one of the best bits of the whole film.
In a normal movie,
Yeah.
that would at least be a 20-minute scene where a guy has to like fight for his whole family with a gun. That there. The thing is, that's the thing with some of these franchises.
Yeah.
They've got so many good bits.
Yeah.
That all they're doing is struggling to link them together.
Yeah.
Like, there was a moment where I thought, they're going Cuba again. Didn't they go Cuba on the last ones?
Alex, I've gone to Miami a few times. Let me tell you, Cuba's not that far.
It's not that
literally
far.
just, it's not a rock away, but it's not a rock throw away. You know what I mean? It's like, you can see the music in the air.
You can see the heat.
You can see the heat rising. But you can't smell the food. Do you know what I mean? It's close. And also, another thing I thought was really good was the barbecue at the end. I was like, well done, Reggie. Well done.
Do you know what? I stopped it as the guy drove the thing. I thought it was going to
Alex!
Oh, shit. I should watch the end of this now. The gentleman,
Wait,
no.
hold on. It's my front door.
Yes, pause. Hey, Kathleen. Welcome to No.
Welcome to the Weviewd podcast, a brother and sister podcast where we talk about movies and TV shows and also culture and women's rights and men's rights and what
are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. But
All right. Let me have a go because we
Okay.
got to. Hi, and welcome to another. See, look, you look at my eyes. All right. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Weviewd. Me and Kat, brother sister podcast. Every week we talk about films, music, everything between. We never talk about music. That's a lie.
Alice, we have spoken about. We literally just had a chat about house and how house is for 35-year-olds and how French house is crazy and how German house is so industrial.
We didn't finish though. We didn't finish because we've been raves, right?
Yes.
But you need to come to raves with me.
Alex,
right?
I want to, but I would lose you in the first 5 minutes. And I'll see you randomly, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's my brother. You know, I need to have other friends that aren't my brother in a
rave.
rave.
We need a base camp, so we just like, I'll see you in 10 minutes.
I'll meet you in an hour here.
Yeah, but like, most of them are near you, up in the marshes. So
Old IKEA.
Old IKEA.
Mm.
The Edmonton one.
Mm.
That's the newest one, isn't it?
Yeah, as in it used to be IKEA.
Yeah, but that was the newest IKEA. I remember when that opened. It was like the big.
Yeah. Oh, it breaks my heart.
Is IKEA going out of business?
I think you know what, they could be, because I just had a whole brain fart. They were meant to open the Oxford Circus, branch
they've been building
ages ago. Yeah. And it's just like, come on, it doesn't take that long. It don't take that long. So I think money's looking a little bit tight right now.
Wow.
I think and I think the Tottenham one was the easiest one to get rid of because they have Lakeside, they have Greenwich, and they have Wembley.
Yeah, because Wembley is virtually on the same road, A406,
yeah,
it's just 20
exactly.
minutes.
So they're assuming everyone has cars and which is really unfortunate. But yeah.
And online, because they've really up there.
So it's like their fulfillment centres have become bigger.
Yeah.
To do with online demand.
They should have made their fulfillment centres shops as well then.
Yeah, which they did do for Hammersmith.
Okay.
So there's like a kind of like a IKEA local.
Yeah.
That you can go and get little bits.
Yeah, no, that's the idea of Office Street.
Yeah. But it's been like that since COVID, Alex.
Kathleen,
it's been 4 years.
Anyway. Is there something else that you've watched that we can talk about? Because
yes.
we're getting off.
Yeah, we're completely. So we talk about movies. I watched The Rookie.
That is a TV show.
It's a TV show.
It was like, talk about movies. Rookie. So,
I can talk about a movie if you want.
No, Rookie, because I've watched ahead like
okay.
4 seasons or something like that.
You're
on episode 18, season 1, or did you watch that?
I'm on season 1. I'm on episode 15. 18?
Yes.
No, I'm not on episode 18.
That's what it said on the
shit,
TV.
maybe I'm on episode 18.
No, 16. I get my 6 and 8.
Okay, so I was closer. So I'm on episode 16. Alex, honestly, I feel really bad. What I did was I read ahead just to see what was going on. And I was really disappointed to hear that his partner, the actress, felt that she got racially discriminated against. And there was a whole investigation internally, and they said, no, we didn't discriminate against you. And she felt like she couldn't come back.
On the show
on
or
the show.
in the...
in real life. Sorry,
in
real life. So the actress didn't come back because of racial problems that were going on.
She was quite important to the show.
She was important, and I actually really loved her.
Yeah.
And for me to then read ahead and find out she's not in season 2, I was like, you know what, I'm okay.
I felt that
okay.
she probably could have done with more of a storyline, but it was the fact she played this strict woman and let her hair down slowly with this
and opened up to him,
dad level rookie, and she was convinced that he wasn't going to make it, and it was about her changing her mind, and the story arc was really nice. There's a few exits on the show that were so convenient,
bruh. I knew the captain wouldn't last. I knew.
Which captain?
The first captain was a lady, Hispanic lady.
Yeah, but was she pregnant or something like that, or she got promotion or something like that? She went upstairs.
She got shot. She got killed.
No, she didn't die.
She died
in her house.
No, she had to. All right, so the rookie, he upset the girlfriend of a mobster's son or something, and the mobster's son, because the mobster is in prison, put out a hit on him.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so they were all protecting him, and the captain was working directly with him, and they both got kidnapped and a bit tortured, and she got thrown into a pool, and he managed to beat him off. He saved her from drowning, and as the guy was running away, it was like a spray, like a random shot, and he got her, and then she bled out. So yeah, and then
because I know there was so you got. You know the love interest in the first episode where they were seeing each other before, and then they get told they can't see each other.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because once you're known as that girl, you're that girl. Yeah.
But then she proceeds to have a will they won't they with her squad sergeant, her car sergeant.
Yes, I felt that. I was like the guy who, the most strictest one.
Yeah.
But his wife is a coked out meth head. I swear, this story. Whoever wrote this. Whoever wrote this. Some coked out meth head who was she got caught. They had a warrant.
She was vice. She was a vice.
And then she, when you take what you shouldn't
no, of course no. She was.
And she there was a warrant against her, I think from the FBI or DEA, and she asked him, could you please go and get the thing that's hidden in mine? Because if it's found there, then I'll be done for this amount of time and I'll go to prison. And he almost does it, but then literally that girl is don't do it.
Do you know the vegan bassist in Scott Pilgrim?
Yes, Alex. Vegan police.
No, but
he's not one of them. He's not one of them.
No, the vegan. You know the guy who plays Scott Pilgrim's one of the ex-boyfriends he has to fight.
Yeah.
The vegan bassist.
Yeah.
He is in season 2 or 3.
You're kidding.
Right, as a
what? Superman Returns.
Yeah.
What's
Superman
it? Brandon
Returns.
Roth. Brandon Roth.
That's it. Brandon Roth.
He for me reminds me of Justin Long. I'm you could have a Chinese mum. You're giving me slightly ethnic.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves has got a Chinese parent, Hawaiian Chinese parent, isn't he? So and he pulls off being anything. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of he could be racially ambiguous.
Brandon Roth, what's this guy doing with his life?
He spent, I want to say, 8 seasons, so possibly 10 years being in, what they called CW's Legends of Tomorrow. He played the Atom, so that was a big.
Is Legends of Tomorrow DC?
Yeah, DC.
So why didn't he play Superman?
No. It's DC, but TV DC, which is run by CW, which I believe is under ABC, which is a sort of Disney. So, Or
wait,
is it CW? No, CW is part of Warner Brothers. My bad. So, essentially, he is just playing the Atom. So he plays this clever genius, but also socially awkward. So, a bit of Tony Stark and a bit of what's his face? Either way, that's what Brandon Ross is doing. I think that's off now.
He is a bad guy.
Oh, is he?
In The Rookie. And I was just trying to find out what he was doing other than that, but he actually, the season finale he's in was really good, but they wrote out 4 characters from it, which was kind of sad.
Which 4 characters did they write?
I don't want to spoil it for you, so I won't.
Spoil it, Alex, because I don't think I'm gonna pick up again.
No.
I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
In the black girl being racially.
Well, there's more black people coming.
I need
There's a Caribbean one coming.
Okay, I need to sit down for this. Alex, in The Rookie,
Yeah.
it's a TV show.
Yeah.
And outside the TV show, if you feel like the production are not respecting your racial background, your heritage, your hair, your makeup, all sorts, that's undermining you as an actor. And if you then stand up for yourself and say that this is what's going on for you, you're experiencing this.
Yeah.
And they do an internal investigation and say that it's not. And they gaslit you into believing that it's you just being a difficult actor.
From that point, when they do an investigation, to say they're gaslighting you is an assumption, isn't it? Because you haven't seen any of the investigation.
Yeah, true. I haven't seen the investigation.
And it could be down to perspective.
Very
it
true.
could be like she is now done with the show, so anything they say doesn't matter.
True.
Do you know what I mean? I think she was a strong character, but also if those are the issues, there's other black characters on there that didn't have those issues, but they were men. There's no white woman on the show, Kathleen.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't. Not as a main character.
Oh, you didn't say main character.
No, I'm talking as a main character. There's not, as one of the policemen. There's no white woman on that show.
Yeah, true.
Or Hispanic,
not a main character.
Hispanic or Asian ambiguous.
Yeah, Asian ambiguous. Yeah.
Like Asian general. Do you know what I mean? And so there should have been, in that Hollywood toxic environment, other complaints. Should there not have been?
Okay, so you're equating the experience of a black woman to experience of a white woman. What are you trying to say, Alex?
Because there's women that aren't white on that set all the time.
I see. This is the
not.
problem.
It's not just about black and white.
No, Alex. You need to be careful because you can't generalize.
I'm not generalizing.
Alex, hold on. You are
saying...
Alex. You are the master of not generalizing, right?
Yes.
But your comment is generalizing because you're saying that white women are experiencing the same thing that a black woman experiences.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's other things between black and white that aren't experiencing the same thing as this black woman.
Yeah.
I'm not saying white woman over there, black woman over there.
Yeah.
Two different things. I'm saying everyone in between is not experiencing that. So that may lead to people thinking, well, if it's just her and there's other people of race of non-white race, then there may be like something on both sides of the issue.
Okay,
like,
I hear what you're saying now. So
that's all.
I think the problem is there's I don't know either. I wasn't there, but there's nuance to it. You know, as the black woman there, I can't think of another black woman in the cast.
No, but there's more coming. Like I said,
no, but
the next season,
for this, Alex, the
main characters are black.
But season 1, this person's experience on season 1, she's the only black woman, and she experienced something, in season 1 production, and that caused her to
want to leave,
and because of the racial issues,
and she brought it up like she should have.
Yes, and they did an internal investigation and found that it wasn't what she said it was. And they said, we would love for you to come back for season 2. And she said she felt disappointed at the fact that they basically didn't believe her. And she didn't want to come back to a place like that.
So, like, two things. She's made their mind up that they didn't believe her.
No, they said she...
No, you just said, basically, they don't believe me.
Yeah.
When they've given her back results of an investigation. Internal investigations are always horrible because they don't want to step on anyone's toes. Right? And will the investigation cost us money? Would it shut down the show? Yeah. So it's weighed up like that, right? Is your complaint going to lose 100 people their jobs? That's what they're weighing up, right? So I understand that part of it. They should have adjusted for her the issues that she had. Full stop. But there have been 3 seasons since with many black women on that. As main characters. Has the issue been solved afterwards? Post that. Probably. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, if she's already hurt by it, she doesn't want to go back to that environment, and it may have been corrected. Who's to say? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's a bit.
She particularly brought up the hair and makeup situation, and the fact that they didn't try finding her best colour. She felt that she was discriminated against in that position.
Those microaggressions.
Oh, God. Sorry.
We're just getting heated. Brown paper. Kathleen, can we unbox a roll of brown paper, please? That'd be hilarious. Oh, Kathleen's just got a box of brown paper. I was like, let's do an unboxing. Oh, it's just... a roll of brown paper.
Is this your roll of brown paper? I didn't realise that when they meant 100
meters.
Yeah, they meant 100 meters, you know? It's a lie.
What are you going to do with brown paper? Just like wrap every present in it now.
Well, I'm making it a cosplay, and I want you to use paper to create a kind of paper mache situation.
Okay, yeah, nice.
To make it look like...
it's like envelope brown paper. Like.
Yeah.
I tell you what I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, mystery bookshops.
Yeah.
They like, to get rid of books, right? They'll wrap a book up.
And you won't know what it is.
And they'll just give you like a synopsis, like adventure story or cheesy book on a random subject. And it's a good way to get rid of your books, honestly.
100%.
Like mystery books.
Yeah, it's a great idea. There's this bookshop in... Oh, I can't remember, but it's called Book 66. And I've been meaning to take Mum there, and they have like this thing once a month or twice a month where all the books are like super discounted. It's like a book warehouse. Okay. And it's like about 20 minutes from Euston, you know, on like the train. I think it's near like Tring. But yeah, I told Mum I'll take her there for like, you know, a day out where we could just like get loads of books and bring a suitcase.
A warehouse, like a book warehouse.
Yeah, literally. And like
depot,
all the books.
Book
depot. Yeah, and all the books are like 60 to 80% off sort of thing.
Oh wow,
and,
okay.
And I was like, oh yeah, we get loads of books, Mum. Yeah.
I need me some books.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know when we actually do it because we've just been so busy.
I know. It's just like ever since the summer, it's like, well, we can't stop because if we don't stop, we're gonna be bankrupt.
Just turn into like cheese. All right, Alex. So, should we just finish this discussion before we?
Yeah, but what was you talking about before?
Well, I was saying because it was hair, makeup. Those are very sensitive things for black women, particularly, and we're undermined all the time by movies, TV shows, and also in fashion when it comes to. You know, so like fashion shows and whatnot, when it comes to hair and makeup. So there's extra sensitivity to the microaggressions that one can get from the hair and makeup people if they haven't done black people before.
Yeah.
And they leave you ashy, your hair is messy, and then you're meant to be on camera.
Yeah.
If she was like standing up for herself and saying that this is wrong, and they were like, no, we're not doing it to be racist. We're just doing it because we don't know how to do it for you.
No, I hear you. Because I think her name is Afton Williamson, right? And like in the latest one I watched, there is a storyline about a guy who he becomes a policeman. Yeah. He's a rookie, but he's a millionaire's son who, while in Paris, was arrested for the death of his friend. Ooh. And he has been exonerated, or it's still in the air about who killed his friend. So he has to fight because everyone thinks he's a murderer. Oh. He has to fight for the respect, and he's a black guy. So, he's got a spoiled mom and there's an episode where they, you know, one of them like housewives of Hollywood or whatever, right? Yeah. His mom is one of them women. Yeah. I think his dad was like a singer-songwriter. I can't remember who plays his dad.
Quincy
someone
Jones.
Someone famous, like who's not a singer. Someone like a comedian or something like that. Yeah. Comes out of the blue. I'm like, oh shit.
Alfonso.
Yeah, I'm going to look up his dad now because it was quite funny.
Would you recommend that I continue watching the?
I would say,
honestly,
you know, like Shogun, right? Watch every moment of that show because it's powerful and good to watch. Whereas if you're washing up or doing your nails, watch The Rookie. It doesn't need your undivided attention.
It's background filler.
Because it's background filler, but each scenario and situation, they'll give you a flashback to what happened if you missed it. Like if it comes back again.
Can I be really honest with you?
Go on.
I thought that I could make The Rookie my new bingeable. I'm just having dinner really quickly. Put something on film series like The Office is for me, or like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, those are. I just need a quick 10 minutes of entertainment whilst I'm having dinner before I go off and do something else, you know? Yeah. And unfortunately, The Rookie doesn't feel that.
No,
it's not funny enough. It's too dry. It takes too long to get to the point, you know? And I feel like Nathan Fillion is working so hard to fill that role and also bring the entertainment.
I think in that first season. But as you go on, you get less of him because he's no longer a rookie. And it's less about him being the old guy in the squad because all of a sudden he's got respect and everyone's going to him for advice and stuff. There are a few other characters, like the one who plays Nyla Harper in the next season. I was like, I was so confused about her race because she looks like she could be Kenyan or East African. But then she let's slip a little Caribbean accent. So there's a little Trini thing in there, like so she could be like part Indian, part Caribbean sort of thing.
Okay.
But she because she's been undercover for like her backstory. She's been undercover, and she comes in like as to finish off the tutorage of Nathan Fillion. It's like, I'm not taking any shit. I don't want to be here. I don't know why you're here. I've been undercover. I like fighting people, I like shooting people.
So they filled the role, yeah.
Yeah, and she just wants to get back to a little girl. They did fill the role, but they gave it to someone of a higher position, status position. She is overqualified to be there, but she has to be there because she's been off the street for too long as undercover. So that's how they put it. They put her as a detective, but like she's back on the street again. Yeah, and her experience, and that's one thing I liked about even with the woman, the woman who played Talia, Taylor. She was a position of respect. It wasn't like she's just a black woman. Don't listen to her, which is what some of the mistakes they make in Hollywood are. Yes. So narratively, they respect women, but on production wise, if what they're saying is the case,
Alex,
they've got a long way to go.
I've got a few friends who wanted to be models, and they did things like London Fashion Week, and they did things that, one friend even like tried to break it in Asia as like a light skinned model. So I've heard so many stories from their experience, and you hear the stuff from like Naomi Campbell when she was younger, and where you don't have on hand at the back of the fashion show, you don't have on hand someone who knows how to do black hair or black skin, and they're not treated the same way as other models, and they end up doing their own makeup. They end up doing their own hair, and I understand that this is historic, systemic microaggression that I personally would call it racism, because how can you call yourself a fashion artist who does everyone? That's what you get hired for. You get hired for your history, your background, and then when it comes to it, push comes to shove. Can you do this model? Yes, she's from Kenya. Can you put makeup on her that matches what we want for the show? And you can't do it? Nah, I'm gonna say that's fucked up.
Can you? I was gonna say, when I lived in Winchester, there was no black barbers, so I didn't cut my hair. Like, I wouldn't even go to a white barber's. Would you trust someone that you didn't know their credentials on doing your makeup? No. Even if they said they were experiencing it?
Oh, if they said they're experienced. So if I went to go get my makeup done at Mac, for instance. Yeah. A Mac in somewhere
Kensington.
Random. Yeah, Kensington.
That's the only one I've seen.
Oh, right. No, I was thinking a Mac in a really white area.
High Street Ken, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, but there's a lot of international people. Maybe like freaking Devon. Yeah. Like if I would...
Oh, we got to talk about censorship, man. Now I don't even know what they're saying. Oh, he got raped by an SA bus. I was like, what? I don't know what that means.
All right, okay. So, we've gone completely off. But, Alex, this is important because since COVID, and loads of people have gone online and have started to really be expressive as to their history, we all know that the algorithm flags certain words and basically stops... Oh, I thought that was bigger. They flag certain words and they lower your engagement because you used an offensive word.
But that's a policy decision.
Yes.
The algorithm is designed by policy.
Yeah.
But that still makes complied... it still makes it censorship. Yeah. Like, why can you watch someone getting shot on YouTube, but, like, you can't say that man got shot?
Okay, so... I only know it from TikTok, okay?
Yeah,
so because this is where it started. Loads of people started going on TikTok, which was more of a teen space. Yeah. And loads of millennials like myself just kind of bum rushed it and took over, yeah? And then we were talking about our experiences, maybe someone being like on live and talking and using certain words, but still there's a level of censorship as in you can't go too extreme. You can't talk about...
Why is the censorship coming in the first place? You got to remember YouTube.
But
a decade ago didn't have that.
But YouTube is different from TikTok. TikTok is ByteDance, which is in China. Yes. Okay, so they are much more sensitive when it comes to certain words. So they push it. It's all about SEO, Alex. It's all about search engine optimization. If you use words like rape, if you use words I understand the algorithm happening, but why is the policy coming in?
That's what I'm asking.
Alex, I don't know about the policy
That's
in other
okay,
places.
yeah.
All I know is that TikTok is where it started, and people started adapting words and adapting spelling of words because if it's on, like the algorithm picks up if it's written and if it's said. So people use grape now instead of rape, or they use schmex instead of sex. Yeah. And then that has then transposed onto Instagram because people copy and paste their stuff onto Instagram Reels. And then that has transposed over to YouTube Shorts. Do you see where it goes? Ting, 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 ting.
Okay, so my experience is totally different from yours.
Yeah.
We had Adpocalypse on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember. It was brilliant.
All right, which that began the censorship. It's when adverts started taking over.
And who started
YouTube,
that, Alex?
Right?
Who started Adpocalypse?
That was PewDiePie, wasn't it?
Nope.
PewDiePie, yeah, he got in trouble when they started Adpocalypse.
Well, I personally think Adpocalypse started because of Logan Paul and Japan.
No, it was long before.
No, Logan Paul and Japan. That was Apocalypse. No, because he was showing a dead body.
But he was ostracized. That was the first strike. But Adpocalypse was PewDiePie fucking about with the ads, and then basically YouTube became beholden to advertisers. Yeah. Right. My experience is that yes, they started saying grape and stuff on a place with high censorship. That's why I've never been into TikTok. I'm not into giving up my information to someone that is not interested in sharing the same thing with me. That doesn't make any sense. But I understand that it's the fastest place to get information. Everyone uses it. What I'm saying is, when it came to YouTube, it was the Adpocalypse with PewDiePie, and then after that, every couple of years they change their policy because someone takes the piss, right? And they hurt everyone else for the sake of it. What are you reading? No,
I think you're right, Alex. Sorry, I personally thought it was Logan Paul. So it's just reading.
Yeah, PewDiePie. We're back on, Kathleen.
Okay.
PewDiePie was the guy I remember getting everyone in trouble. I don't know what he said or what he did.
Okay, here we go.
It might be the Nazi thing.
Yeah, Alex, your Sherlock memory is so good. In February 2017, PewDiePie, the most subscribed YouTuber at the time, came under fire for posting videos on YouTube deemed anti-Semitic and hate speech. These videos included references and jokes about Adolf Hitler, as well as two Indian men holding a sign stating "Death to all Jews." At the time, videos included Chief Keef dancing to Alabama N-word and other extremist content were surfacing, leading to the UK government, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Johnson & Johnson, and many other brands pulling or pausing their advertising on YouTube.
Yeah.
Damn.
So YouTube was like, "You taking our money?" And that's why YouTube is now going shit. Kathleen,
so bad.
I want to just rewind a second. I want to give Bad Boys 4 one more point for killing DJ Khaled.
Wait, when did he die?
When they leave the club, the strip club.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he thought.
I'm sorry.
I thought we could do no spoilers, huh?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It gets up. If I'm rating it, I've got to give it why I'm rating it. It's getting an extra point.
So it gets a 6.
It gets a 6.
Wow, this is the
slightly above average.
Longest review we've ever had. We've had several debates. We've had a review in a review.
We've gone around the world about racism and everything.
Alex, you're telling me you're making it a 6. Can I hold that? Because
so Kathleen got a book clamp. It looks like a fold-out small mini book that opens into a lamp.
The thing is, I thought it was going to be bigger because
like a book size.
I was going to use it as a prop, holding a magic book, and it would be light coming from the book.
Yeah, but you'd have to be really small. So I saw another YouTube
do it, and I was like, oh, it'd be good. But this is literally a micro Bible.
It looks like a micro Bible.
It's a micro Bible.
And the pages are so small.
I need something that's a lot bigger. Yeah, book size.
Why didn't you check dimensions out?
Because, Alex.
Just what would be the book size?
Because I'm just going to, return
Okay, so this second package.
Sacre bleu.
In this brown paper, which Kathleen obviously loves, so she's keeping it.
Yeah, I actually do. Or I send it into recycling. Oh, I'm so disappointed in this.
That's probably the best and worst cameo of all time, that one.
Yeah, I swear, DJ Khaled, he hasn't put any music. He's just done, what is that?
So this is a white box, and it says "Made in China." Jewelry stood level. What?
Jewelry stand. That's it.
Oh, stand. It looks like stood.
Jewelry stood.
Here's your jewelry stand, Kathleen.
Thank you for my jewelry stand. Kat is trying to be much more covered in gold, so I got a jewelry stand for all my jewelry.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there should be.
There is a real small, this is eyelash glue?
Yes. Eyelash glue. Yeah.
Lash
this
glue.
one is really strong as well, which I'm worried about. Last time I put it on, I couldn't take them off.
I was like, I couldn't open my eyes because I glued my eyes closed.
Yeah, I have stuck my eyes closed together once. It was not great.
I think first time I used glue, I had my fingers stuck for ages.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I gonna get this out? Take the skin off. The skin is tearing.
Yeah, I was using contact cement and I glued like half of my fingers to like some foam, and it was the worst. It was the worst. And I think soapy water. I think I was like, Mom, what do I do?
I'm saying like from now on, if I want to do something like that, I'm use like gloves.
Yes.
But like some of the glue actually melts the latex.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So do you want it melted latex or do you want stuck fingers? You
I might have to use like chainmail gloves or something.
Alex, so yeah, thank you for your Bad Boys 4 review.
No, I've updated it. Sorry, it's a DJ Khaled, and yeah, no, it was a fun frolic. Sorry, going back to I was gonna say, because when you went to get the parcel last time, we were talking about balancing up whether it's ignorance or chosen to be sort of like racism. I think it can't be just be one or the other. If you're going to a workplace in the performance or the show industry and you have to have makeup and they've hired someone that can't do the job, then that's on the company doing it wrong. Mm-hmm. If someone says, well, I've worked with black people all the time, might have been just full of light-skinned people and they were the darkest person and they still don't have that experience. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure how much that is ignorance of the fact or how much it is racism or how much it is experience. I think it's a mixture of everything. Yeah. When they don't do anything to change, that's when it becomes racism.
I feel like they did do something to change because I think they must have hired new people.
Are you talking about the actual show, the Wiki? Sorry, I was talking about
the Wiki. Like, I think they hired different people because that issue doesn't come up again. But I feel like this actress, because she went up against the production company, / studio, she got blackballed.
Where's she been since? Because I actually really liked her.
I really liked her.
I was sad that she's gone.
Before it, she was in the theatre. She did all sorts, and then after it, I have not seen anything.
I just remember that first episode wig was really like it was off the set of Star Trek.
Oh, it was terrible, Alex.
It was like
that wig was just. I was like, oh, girl.
But I mean, it made you feel like she was a policeman because they just got basic haircuts. But like,
it was not pretty.
As the season went on, do you know what I mean? Adjusted. The hair was more. Like it belonged there on her head, rather than she looked like she'd off the set of Star Trek.
It's
a Vulcan wig. It's a Vulcan wig.
That's an auntie wig.
Auntie wig.
Yeah, it's an auntie wig. I actually, it's weird. Like I've got to this age, but where I kind of like it. I kind of like that short, like Vulcan haircut. But I know it's an auntie wig, so I can't.
It's not even that. It's a Romulan wig, Kathleen.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah.
You know the Romulans had that square.
Yeah.
It's she looks like she's just stepped off the set of Star Trek. Yeah. Picard.
Yeah, and she's wearing a Romulan warbird lieutenant wig. So Alex, should we move on? Because
it was a good discussion. Just say I think we've found a middle ground sort of thing.
I did want to just briefly say, Alex, you were completely right with Apocalypse. There was another thing that happened in the first round. So the first round was PewDiePie. Yeah. And also, remember do you remember that YouTube Pepsi advert where one of the Jenners had like a Coke, a Pepsi, and gave it to she was part of a protest and she gave.
I was literally talking about this a couple of weeks ago, right? Like I was like, in the George Floyd times, right? And I was like, I saw the whole room of people who'd never seen the advert before.
Oh,
they'd
seriously?
never heard of it.
They never heard of it.
I had to find a long version.
Oh my god! The one where she's getting ready. And
and there was a cello player. Like, why is everyone going? I'm just going for them, the artists.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
And it was like,
it's so bad.
But apparently you can't find the original version.
No, because it got cleaned. Alex, the worst bit is, it reminds me so much. Well, obviously it's taken off the whole hippie movement versus, the war against Vietnam from the 60s. So it's a spin off that, right?
George Floyd happened.
No, George Floyd happened.
There's protests.
But the action of the protester giving something kind to someone with a gun in front of him.
Yeah.
That is from the hippie movement in the 60s.
Yeah, giving a flower to a soldier with a gun.
Yes, and I recently watched The Watchmen again because why the fuck not?
The TV show?
No, the movie. But in the beginning, when it does shorts of history but adapted with The Watchmen.
The difference between.
Yeah, one of it is a protester doing that same action, putting the flower into the gun, and then they start shooting.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's such a powerful image. But yeah, it was like, it's that piece of art. Yeah, it got completely brutalized, obviously, because Pepsi are dickheads and they should have never made that during the whole
I
George
think
Floyd
they
thing.
picked the wrong person to do it.
Yeah.
Like, these people, I can't believe they had never seen it. I think they were from France or something like that. And I had to go online and find it and show everyone this. And I was like...
What was their reaction from watching it?
Well, they were laughing because it wasn't as sensitive as it was a couple of years ago with the George Floyd getting stood on thing. And I think it was around the same. There was protest. I think it wasn't actually George Floyd, but I think it was something else that happened before that. And it's just been, like, building up. But this situation, I was showing these people, they couldn't believe it. It was like, why does everyone hate the Kardashians? I'm like, I don't really hate them, but they're just in the wrong place, wrong time, and
fucking up.
Opportunists. I don't know what they're famous for. They don't bring anything in terms of talent, but I have to say, on the other side, Kim Kardashian getting people out of prison, for example, and she's like trying to study law just for that. Do you know what I mean? I respect that.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, there's two sides to a coin, in a way.
Yeah.
The second apocalypse was when the toy freaks promoted Mars, Adidas, HP, and Deutsche Bank to pull ads from YouTube because they were putting improper stuff into children's YouTube videos. And that was really bad.
What was that?
Yeah, they were doing like, you know, kind of sexual stuff, like really underminingly sexual in kid YouTube stuff. And
well, I do feel that they should do a bit, like, if they've said you could film what you want and this is your story, you do what you do, like, the ad companies shouldn't. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've seen any Mars or in them in ages. Everything I'm getting is like directed, like, come to Israel on holiday. I'm like, no, it's a war there. What?
Yeah. Oh, Alex.
You know that festival they raided?
Yeah.
You know that festival from last year?
Yeah.
I got advertised that. I had to actually ask YouTube to stop showing me ads because it was so repetitive.
Yeah.
And then 1,000 people die.
Yeah.
There, and I'm like, Anyway, but like there's too many direct adverts now. I think
way too many. And then Alex, like I said, it's Logan Paul in Japan. That was part of
the whole thing.
Apocalypse 2. Yeah,
right.
because and then Apocalypse 3 was YouTuber Matt's What Is It posted a video showing he referred to softcore paedophile ring on the site, placing the blame on YouTube's algorithm. He then told his fan base to report this to the companies putting their ads on the site with hashtag YouTube Wake Up. Damn.
I remember that we should wake up. I remember that but being a thing, but I didn't know where it came from because I remember there was like was it bikini hauls, like young girls doing bikini hauls on YouTube.
What? No, you being serious?
And what happens is it starts off with like you can look up adult doing a bikini haul, and then it'd be like 14, 13-year-old girls, and you just get stuck because remember the autoplay stuff. The algorithm would keep you in the bikini haul. If you just said like, oh, I want how to make a bikini. Yeah. The next video would be a bikini haul, and then you'd be like, if you kept on pressing right, it would just keep like the next video. So they had algorithm issues. My problem wasn't with so much the change of the policy. It's when the most recent one is where you can't swear in the first minute, and now we're replacing all the words because YouTube will take. And I'm like, well, that's a real Mormon approach to things. Do you know what I mean? It's a very extreme way to go, and that's my problem with it. I don't mind some censorship or some management, but because YouTube refuses to actually hire people and let everything be automated, this is what we're getting. You see, I
think they use the excuse of like how many hours of videos get uploaded every day, and not being able to manage it with a human department where you would need to like have a type of AI, a type of algorithm to manage that and to filter it through something universally. And if it picks up on that, then the
reporting system has to be.
But the reporting system
what happens? Broken. Where did it happen? What time?
Yeah.
Just click on the video. What time? Boom. Report. Then someone goes. They watch 30 seconds of it and go. Yeah. Well, that's not bad. Ignore report. That's not hard. That could be a job for 20 people in the office, if it's set up properly. But they've been lazy, Kathleen. They've
Big
been
time.
lazy not having people there. I love YouTube. I still watch YouTube the
They're
most.
so lazy. No, people started using reporting against like their rivals. People started like the whole like swatting. There's been some
swatting.
like there's been some really fucked up stuff.
Swatting's hard to do unless you're doing lives, right? But the reporting. I remember that guy. He was doing fake reporting. He was pretending to be a company but he even copyright claimed his own video.
Oh my god!
Like one of those things where it's just like he was pretending to be a company that was doing it for a video game, but he was only doing it at people that were beating him in fights or something like that.
Oh my god!
And so it was like these people. There's some people out there that just can't take losing. It's like real. Like that guy who shot someone at a video game thing. That was one of the saddest things. He was just angry that he lost a game of American football or whatever it was.
Oh, actually, on that note, the people who can't take losing, there's this thing that was going around in the American cosplay circuit. Essentially, when you go to a competition, there's certain rules that you have to abide by to get in it, and also the marking system. So this guy who made a cosplay purely out of foam and movement, he was like a living wardrobe. You know, so he was like a big wardrobe, and then when it opened up, it was like a monster inside. Really kind of cool. And it was walking and everything was in it, and he didn't win. It was a woman who had made everything, like her whole outfit. She had made it from scratch. You know, like the shoes. She did everything, and so they were the
finalists.
Yeah, they were the finalists, and she won.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Now he then got on the internet. He got on the internet and he was just like, oh yeah, the woke agenda, women's rights, women are winning everything. Yeah, she's just wearing a dress. I made everything from scratch. He was so fucking butthurt.
So loser.
And it's like, bruv, we get that you did really well, but when it came to the judges' interpretation and of what they liked, because it's about what they think is more spectacular or what they think is great, plus the marking, that person won. It's not necessarily about gender. It's about quality. It's about sensationalism. And you got to do a skit on stage. You got to like show the outfit. And
you've got to act it out. Yeah, so there's a whole other bit to it. Like
they get prejudging. So they get prejudging. So they actually have to put their cosplay in one room, and the judges look at it, pick it up, and touch it.
All right, so they have to be disrobed or okay. So that's really fascinating because like with boxing, you shouldn't. If you're boxing, don't let it get to the judges because the judges will have an agenda or will miss something. Yeah. And there was this fight where this guy. All right, so if it's just a draw and no one gets hurt, it's 10-10, and you score 10-10, and the worse you do, the more you get beaten, you get a point off, right?
Oh, okay.
So if I knock you down, it'd be 10-8. They take away 2. If I was a better boxer than you, it'd be 10-9, right? So you go on 10 rounds, and you get to about a certain point. In this fight, right, the guy knocked someone down, and after the fight, looked at the scorecard, and one of the guys had given both the fighters 10.
Wait, what? Someone got knocked down?
Yeah, someone got punched and knocked for count. The minute you do that, you lose 2 points.
Yeah.
But for some reason, in that round, the guy who got knocked down has 10 points.
Oh.
And it's little things like that. If the fight had finished, it would have gone to the guy who'd fallen over more because, that's the way. And so there is something about judges being susceptible, being humanity. Yeah. And then there's something about like, facts. You lost. You lost. Yeah. You weren't as good. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So again, with I think as long as there's an ambiguity, people can fudge the lines to go either side of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that was a very prophetic.
It was. It was quite beautiful.
Fudge the lines. Fudge the lines.
Fudge the lines.
Kathleen.
Yes, Alex.
We're on an hour and 37.
Well, it is 2 right now, so how
Yeah.
about we talk about one last topic and then call it quits?
Yeah, look, I'm saying, look, do you want to keep going? I can go on.
I can keep going, bitch. Let's see what we have on the agenda.
I had, let's see.
Yeah, so discussion-wise, we're going to talk about Joker 2. It ends with us, The Colour Purple, and Gangs of London.
Oh, I didn't watch any of those.
Should we talk about Joker 2? We're going to spoil the fuck out of it.
I haven't watched Joker 2.
Can I tell you about it?
Yeah, please tell me about Joker 2.
Okay, so Alex, Joker 2 came out. It's Fleur de Gueux. Fleur de...
Folie de...
Folie de...
Folie de Jolie.
Folie de...
How do you say that?
How many years of French living right next to France? You think?
Folie
Folie A Deux.
What the fun times of two? It was like fun of two. Folly is fun, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, to have a folly is just
A folie.
Yeah, but word folly in English is like
two follies, because deux is two.
Oh, two follies. All right, cool. That's why I said folly of two. That's what.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
two
it's a folie of two. Let's see what.
There's two follies.
Wicked. Why was it called Folie A Deux?
I think folly is a clown.
Really?
Maybe.
Who picked this name? Folie A Deux. Folie A Deux. Who picked it?
Folly means clown. Oh, what's that?
So two clowns. Like the fool.
Alright, someone's asked, what is it? It's a psychiatric disorder where delusions are shared and transmitted between two or more people. Is known as shared psychosis.
You're
or
kidding.
As a delusional disorder.
Are you actually being serious?
I'm just reading.
The madness of two.
Yeah, no, it's kind of mad. Like
a shared psychosis or a shared delusional disorder. Wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because, all right, Folie A Deux, Joker 2 essentially is a film that deconstructs who the Joker is.
Okay.
So many people have said that really the Joker should have just been called Arthur, because it's not a Joker origin story anymore. This film, Folie A Deux, has taken away the Joker part of it and has heavily emphasized on the fact that he's not with us on this plane of existence. He is in a psychosis point. He's suffering from illusions. He's suffering from madness. He's not Joker.
Yeah.
So anyone hoping to see the Joker 2 Folie A Deux at any time, please don't listen, because I'm going to be spoiling it at this point, all right? Yeah. Okay, so essentially, he's in prison, well, in psychiatric and this is directly after the first Joker film. Yeah. There's been like zero break.
So it's just straight up.
Straight up. And essentially, when he sees like the person, Lady Gaga who's playing like essentially meant to be Harley Quinn, she is like a woman who is also inside, yeah? And she keeps giving him, well, when they start talking and stuff, she romantically comes for him, and builds him up like, you were right, and you can change the world with what you're doing, She really amps up what he thinks he deserves, what he is, and so it gets to the point where he wants to defend himself in court. It's almost like a court drama, essentially. And like it's really difficult because he gets broken down. Like he gets pumped up by her. Yeah. And then when he kind of snaps back into reality, he realizes, actually, no, that's not real. And he goes against what she's kind of built up. Yeah. And then he realizes that she's not who she said she was the whole time. She's actually, she's a volunteer. She's not an inmate. She's not even. Right. She's got a rich family. She's not pregnant. She's not any of this. She didn't live next door to him. None of that. Wow. He gets completely broken down, and it's really fucking terrible. Alex, you ever gonna watch this?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because basically I'm trying to figure out where it sits in the Batman pantheon.
Doesn't. It doesn't, apparently.
Well, but they've already had like the dad.
The Waynes.
The Waynes. Yeah. Who is like, he might actually
You ain't my dad. Yeah.
Wow. The problem with the Joker is that
he doesn't have an origin.
No, it's not that it doesn't have. Yeah, that is one of them. But like, I think when you get comic books where multiple people have written around the same character and then made them do something different, like I think what was it? There was the Killing Joke, right? The comic book, and then there was one which I've just found called The Three Jokers, which divulges the fact there was three Jokers all along because of their very different characters. The one that we're all scared of is the one that doesn't care about
the one who will just do anything.
Do anything, right?
Is that the one that makes the Batman with the smile? That one?
I don't know. I haven't read the comic book, but I'm trying to remember. Like, I would say the scariest live action Joker would probably be the Dark Knight Joker, right?
Yeah.
Because he's very smart and calculated, but you can't see his agenda. You can't see what he wants.
Yeah, like, why are you doing this?
And he'll pick up on a point, but it's not, once he gets there, it's not going to give him any satisfaction other than that he's just done it and he's going to keep going and do something else.
And also he changes his mind. You know, like, he tells you one story and then he tells you another story. Just, you know, what is truth?
But that's what's really good about it. The 50s Joker, the 60s Joker was...
Campers.
And would get angry when it didn't, like a spoiled brat when it didn't go his way.
Stamping his feet and like...
But that emotional clown sort of crash, bipolar sort of thing, up and down. Like, he's so happy for 1 minute and then power bosh, bang. He's, I hate you, Batman.
Do you feel like Jack Nicholson was the same?
Jack Nicholson took some of Romero, but the whole thing of this drug that makes people smile and stuff.
Yeah.
What is his agenda for doing that?
I thought he was just doing bank robbing. Like, that was in a distraction of trying to get the diamonds. Like that Joker, Jack Nicholson Joker, felt more like a robber, you know?
He was a mobster that had become a supervillain. So his history was always to be, I need money, I need to have control. But the scary thing was, you couldn't see why people were being poisoned with this smile shit. That's what was scary about it. If he didn't care about that, that's obvious. But if they had said, I want $20 million or everyone's getting smiles, right?
Well, you know what that reminds me of? Rush Hour. You know when Jun Tao calls up and he's like, you know, I want 20 50s in 50s. I want 10s and 10s. And Chris Tucker's like, do you want some fries with that?
Gavin, I heard some other people say Jung Tao the other day, and I was like, no. That's our joke, man.
100%. Jun Tao.
Jun Tao.
Jun Tao. Jun Tao. 100%. Oh, man. Rush Hour was such a good film.
In Weviewd, I was in there yesterday, and they got a thing, I think it was rice or tea called Sing Tao, or something like that. I was like, Sing Tao.
Alex, you need to never go China, man. You're gonna piss off so many people.
Kathleen.
Actually, you'll be like, you would love it, I think.
I'm worried about the foreign police stations they have now, like the Chinese police stations in other countries. You've not heard of those?
No. A foreign police station.
So basically,
yeah,
China has in like 20 or 30 countries. Their own police stations.
Oh, you're talking about if you said something online, they arrest you and take you there.
No, if you break a Chinese law being Chinese ethnicity, they will kidnap you and imprison you in their prisons. They will get you deported and get your papers and take you back to China.
Jesus fuck.
I mean, there was this. I don't know what it was. I think it was like a protest outside the embassy about some corruption, and in Manchester. So it was the consulate. Actual consul, the actual ambassador, the consulate, came out of the building and was like dragging people that were protesting, Chinese people, in past the gates.
Oh, once you're on that land, that's it.
If it wasn't for the Manchester police for just going straight in there and taking them, no, you can't do that. You're not kidnapping. Because if it gone any longer, it'd been an international incident.
Yeah, true.
Like going by law.
It would be China versus UK.
And then they would have had to have tried to sneak these people out of the country somehow.
Yeah.
Because they're British citizens, but their ethnicity is Chinese. Yeah. In Korea, first time I heard about it, if you break a law as a Korean in anywhere in the world, you can get arrested for it back in Korea. Oh. It's not about where you made the crime. It's you created that crime and you're Korean. The same thing with Chinese. That's very scary.
Yeah, shit. But it would be interesting to see if the people who are protesting in Manchester have Chinese citizens or just Chinese ethnicity. Because then I think that's the line. If you are a British citizen and you've got a British passport and and you're just protesting, but you happen to be first generation or second generation Chinese, you should not be kidnapped and taken into the consulate and forced to go back to China. But
in the Asian perspective, or the Eastern perspective, is if your ethnicity, you're beholden to us because you're one of us.
No, it's fair. Well, also not fair. Ooh, it's great, man. It's great.
The reason why Russia invaded Ukraine, it was because they said they were protecting Russian speakers.
I thought it was the whole, like, there's Nazis in Ukraine. And
that was another reason. It was
like, Putin, you dickhead. Anyway, going back to Folie A Deux.
Folie A Deux.
Folie A Deux.
Folie A Deux. Folie A Deux.
Folie A Deux. Folie A Deux.
I've got to read it now. Just
it's interesting.
Folie A Deux.
It's interesting because they bring back people from the first film, and it is very much a courtroom drama.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a courtroom drama. And it looks at the delusions that Arthur had when he thought things were one way and they actually weren't. So it's very much deconstructing the character and stripping it of what made it really good in the first film. I think it was a bad idea to do this film. I think, like I said earlier, this is the perfect film that shows when you can't use from your references anymore, you have to actually show us what you got, and then you show us this. So yeah, I haven't seen the film, but everyone is rating it a 2.
You haven't seen it?
Haven't seen it.
So this description you're coming up with, it's based on...
I don't think I would want to spend my money on it, Alex. It's got such bad reviews.
I mean, when's the last time you spent your money on a film? Apart from yesterday.
Actually, I didn't. My mate had a free...
Cavalier.
She had a membership for Odeon.
I want you to rate the top 10 Todd Phillips films.
Todd Phillips? Is he the... Oh, yeah, Todd. I feel like one's going to be...
Old School.
Old School. Yeah. He's got the,
Hangover, Old School, Starsky and Hutch.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Hangover, I'm here for the gangbang.
I'm here for the gangbang. Okay, so I personally would say... What, top 10? I don't want to top 10.
No, it's only got 10. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Well, yeah, top 10? That's
no,
big.
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay, not in any order. Old School. Mm-hmm. I really liked The Hangover, the first one. It was really good. Road Trip, I really liked because it was of a certain time. I haven't actually seen A Star Is Born. I know it's bad. Haven't actually seen it. Starsky and Hutch, I didn't watch that either because I was like, I'm okay.
No, that was a classic film. I if you never watched Starsky and Hutch, the TV show, it'd be fine. But the problem is that it wasn't like Starsky and Hutch, the TV show. It was a comedy with the name Starsky and Hutch on it.
And yeah, so it's only 4, Alex. I didn't watch War Dogs because it's not my film. And
War Dogs is a quality film. I would say watch that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would say watch it because it paints a story. It's based on some true stories. But like, your high school friend is now fucking arms dealer and you've been co-opted into doing it.
I think there's something about Jonah Hill's character in that reminds me so much of Wolf of Wall Street, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, there was a bit of that, but like, I have to say, Jonah Hill, man, we've got to have a conversation about him though. He stopped being funny.
Who, sorry, Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped being funny when he stopped being part of that group. Well, but in some ways, I don't think he was ever funny. I think he said funny lines. I don't necessarily think he was funny.
Well, accepted. I think about you when I smash me.
Who?
It goes to Blake Lively in Accepted.
Oh yeah, shit, he's in Accepted. He's the nervous, nerdy guy who's part of the tries to get in the frat. Yeah. Okay, guys, all you listening to this, I think you should watch this film called Accepted. It's got Justin Long and Jonah Hill in it. It's from the early aughts. It's actually quite a good film because it's like stupid teen. Coming of age, going to university, but everything fucks up sort of film. It's really good.
But it's one of those films based on one of them stupid questions like, how do they get to start universities? Why can't I start my own university?
Yeah, why can't I start my
own university? Why can't I start my own college and learn what I want to learn?
Fuck yeah.
And like, this guy does it because the internet's available. You can make anything on the internet
it's
at
true.
the time.
When the internet was lawless. Absolutely lawless.
Bro, I want to know.
I missed those. You know what, Alex? You know what takes the piss? I logged into my MySpace like 2 days ago.
Oh shit.
I didn't. Apparently, you're meant to have asked them to like
save
move
it.
Your stuff over to the new cloud. And obviously I didn't know that. So like all my stuff's gone. So, but I can still log in. Apparently I can email them and be like, see if I can get my shit back.
I'm going in there now. I'm like, have I got anything in MySpace?
Mate, if you can't see a picture, any pictures, then your stuff.
No, my stuff was gone. Not long ago. I've been back like 5 times over the years.
I went back in 2020 because I thought, let me see, and my stuff was there. So this is.
Oh, stuff was there. I just had the background HTML. I had like some weird
like a blank thing.
So yeah, my top 5, Kathleen.
Yes, go for it.
Old School, 100%.
Old School.
Road Trip, yeah. I'd say Hangover, War Dogs, and Joker.
Okay, let's go 5.
Is that 5 or
yes,
6?
That's 5.
All right then, Kathleen. Anything you'd like to say before we wrap up?
Oh no, I can continue over next week. I would love to talk to you about It Ends With Us, because I think in the summer that was one of the biggest controversies when it comes to films. And you know how it spilled off over to Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine. And yeah, let's talk
and I
about
just
that.
mentioned Blake Lively as well.
Yeah,
That would have been a segue.
Segway.
Do you know how to spell segue?
Yes.
It's not how you think it's spelled.
Yes.
There's no W in segue.
No, I know. It's a T.
That's the best. Quick. That's Kevin. That's the quickest I've ever seen you.
What? Shut the fuck up. It's the quickest you've ever seen me.
Yeah, quicker than that sentence you just said.
Listen, Alex, okay? I have to translate everything in my head. I'm
So
going
do
through
I.
3 languages before it comes out, all right?
What?
It
So
takes time.
what's the first language you go through then?
Bullshit.
Bullshit for you. Oh,
I'm
God.
really pissed off with this book. I swear. Oh, yeah. Also, yeah, Alex,
Into
I've got
us.
a,
Okay, cool. Anyway, everyone, I love you lot. See you later. Bye-bye.